Hi everyone, I'm Nigel Choi, and I'm a contributor to the AdWhirl iPhone SDK. And today I'm going to show you how to integrate the AdWhirl SDK into your iPhone application. And for this demo, we have done a few things to prepare. We have an app that we're ready to monetize. It's a simple Hello World app. We have signed up with several ad networks. In our case, Quattro, JumpTab, and AdMob. We've downloaded their SDKs ahead of time. And in addition to that, we've also signed up for an account at AdWhirl.com and entered all the ad network information just as Justin showed you earlier, and set up the allocations and priorities beforehand. And in the next few minutes, I am going to download the AdWhirl iPhone SDK, integrate the SDK as well as all the other SDKs from the ad networks, and implement all the necessary code to show an ad and run it in the simulator. And finally, I'm just going to show you the app running in an actual device. So let's get started. I'm going to jump out from the presentation, and here's our project. It's a very simple Hello World app with just one view controller. And here's the AdWhirl.com page for our application, Hello World. And as you can see, we have 3 ad networks, each getting 1/3 of the traffic. Now, we're going to follow the download link to download the SDK package. AdWhirl SDK, it's done. Now we're going to find it in Finder. Next, we're going to drag the code into our project. So first, we're going to drag the AdWhirl related source code. Since it's all open source and we are distributing everything as source code, not libraries, you would also need the touch JSON library that we bundled into the zip file. We use JSON to parse data returned from AdWhirl servers. Next, we're going to integrate Quattro. Make sure you use the library version that's built for iPhone SDK 3.0. And here we're going to drag that into our library, our project. And then JumpTab. We're going to drag the whole thing in our project as well. And for JumpTab, there's in order for Xcode to find the JumpTab library, you'll have to modify your build configuration, the library search path, because they have several, as you can see, they have several versions of the .a file for different iPhone SDKs and architectures. So here we have the instructions opened, and copy the value, paste it there, and we're going to remove the rest of the JumpTab library search paths. Okay, that's it for JumpTab. And lastly, we're going to put AdMob in there, drag the AdMob library into our project. Okay, now we have all the ad network SDKs in our project. Now, what we need to do next is, since we are not going to integrate all of the ad networks that we support in the AdWhirl iPhone SDK, we have to make sure that we don't compile ad network adapters that we don't need. Otherwise, we'll get built errors. So we're going to uncheck everything save the ad networks that we're integrating. So as you can see, we have AdMob, Jump Tab, as well as Quattro. All right. What we need to do next is to add the frameworks that are required by the ad networks. So here we are. We need address book, audio toolkit, core location, netkit media player, message UI, Quartz core, system configuration, as well as libsqlite and libc. All right. So at this point, our project should build, even though we haven't written any code. And it doesn't. We need to. I think we added an extra one here. There you go. There you go. Built. So what we're going to do next is to add a few lines of code to show ads in our application. First thing we need to do is to implement the AdWhirl delegate protocol. And we're going to declare our view controller to be conforming to the protocol. And in our implementation file, we are going to implement the bare minimum 2 methods required by the protocol. And they are AdWhirl application key, oops. And it is a key that you can find in your AdWhirl application page. So let's see if it works. Yep, just gonna copy that and paste it in. And the other required method is a method for returning a UI view controller that the ad networks will need when they show a modal view when someone clicks on an ad. So the method is called view controller for presenting modal view. And in general, you should return the top level view controller in this case. In our case, since the Hello World view controller is the top level view controller, we'll just return self. All right. And we've implemented the delegate methods. And now we are going to request the ad in our code. First, we need to import AdWhirl-view.h. And we are going to request the ad after the view has loaded right here. And we're going to pass self as the delegate. And then we're going to add the view directly into our view hierarchy. Self.view, add subview, add view. So notice that I didn't set the frame here. I'm just going to use the default frame, which is to place the ad at the top of the view. Now, that's all the code that's needed to request and show an ad. Now, let's build and see if it works. We have an ad by AdMob. That's it. Okay. Well, since that goes to the iTunes library, it didn't. It went to Safari instead. Anyways, and then next I'm going to make sure that it works, so I will build the application and run it on the device. So in the meantime, are there any questions? Is it? Okay. There's an ad on top. It's loading. It's 3G, so it's a little bit slow in loading the image. Oh, there you go. We have an ad from JumpTap. Yeah. It still loads, so. But yeah, as you can see, we have an ad. It's just a little bit slow here, and I tapped on it. There you go. All right. Cool. That's the iPhone, AdWhirl iPhone integration demo.
All right. So one last word on AdWhirl. This is an open source project, and we really, really welcome contribution. So if you just want to go to the project homepage, it's on code.google.com. You can find places where you could just file some bugs, file some issues. If you have ideas, new cool additions that AdWhirl could benefit from, you can just go submit some patches. We'll review them, and then we'll incorporate that into the source code. And we also have a discussion group, so if you have any questions or any ideas, just go in there. It's very active. You can get a response within the day. All right, any other last question? Cool, thanks very much.